Please don't take a turn to negative town.
What are you talking about? Who's getting negative?
God damn it, Billy's right.
Don't be negative!
And boom, we're live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. Welcome. Today, I'm really pumped for this one, okay? I've only seen two things like this, and it's from the same damn dude. Okay, so it's Derren Brown's Sacrifice. So if you know Derren Brown, he's a psychosocial illusionist, and he's pretty much a magician. So he creates these giant set pieces where he's able to persuade these people and influence these people into taking actions that they normally wouldn't do because of their previous biases. So if that makes any sense at all. So Derren Brown, he's famous for The Push. So The Push is also on Netflix, and you should totally check that out. I highly recommend The Push. I was blown away at it. He's amazing, and people were skeptical and cynical, and I really think that he just went through a lengthy process in order to get someone to push someone off a building. So this one is called The Sacrifice. Now, The Sacrifice is... there's so much irony within it, because the end result is he's trying to get someone who is incredibly biased and who's incredibly prejudiced towards someone other than themselves and their ethnicity to sacrifice themselves in a scenario where it's his life or someone else's. So in this one, the entire set piece is to manipulate this guy, and this manipulation is so crazy. He manipulates this guy into believing that he has this microchip in the back of his brain that's going to give him certain inhuman powers of conquering fear and having adrenaline and being able to withstand pain at a superhuman level. So he gets this fake microchip, which is just irony in of itself. He's like, okay, so you're going to get this chip and you're going to be able to make the decisions on your own and perform way better than anybody else without any sort of influence outside. But he's inside this maze that Derren Brown has created that is just manipulating everything that he's doing to the utmost degree of just believing that he can jump off of a roof or getting pins and needles through his hand and feeling no pain. So it's madness. I loved this show. So he goes through all of these trials and he takes all of these diaries, and Derren just does a crazy job of just pretty much just psychosocially manipulating this guy, because everybody's in on it. And this poor guy, I can't believe, I don't remember his name. It's like Dan or something bland. But yeah, so this guy is just like, I've never felt so powerful in my life. And then he has him do all of these like pretty much meditations. He does these meditations in like these pretty much these audio tapes that are brainwashing him into believing that he's going to be superhuman because of this chip, because it's going to flood your pituitary gland at the base of your brain with adrenaline. So I was howling at some of this. It just makes for great. This dude's amazing. I am such a fan of Derren Brown, and he's trying to put a message forward too, which is not just to trick people and manipulate people, but the overarching message is, hey, we hold on to these internal stories and we latch onto them so much that it's influencing how we treat people to the most radical degree. So it's not only, this is what I love about Derren Brown. He's not only tricking people in these huge set pieces, instead of like a magician that's like manipulating you in the moment in cards, but he's creating these giant environments in order to achieve one result. That's what I love first and foremost. And that he's upfront about it. And that he has certain goals of the message of the practice or of the entire series itself. So he's not trying to fool you, and he's not saying it's magic. He tells you straight up. And he's just showing our human flaws human flaws of influence, and just adopting these narratives that aren't practical or pragmatic or even healthy. So yeah, this guy does a complete 180. I mean, it's it's crazy to see his progression in just a mere 50 minutes. Like, it's a quick show too, so highly recommend it. And please review us on iTunes if you want to support the podcast. If you want to support it in another manner, feel free to talk about it on your own blog or podcast. Check this show out. It's amazing. This podcast is also brought to you by Audible. On it, foreverlean.com, socialcreative.com. You can always start your very own blog or very own podcast with the podcast publisher at socialcreative.org. So check that out as well. And so until next time, thank you so much, folks. Let me know what you thought of this show in the comment section down below if you're on the live stream or on YouTube, and on iTunes. Let me know on social media. So until next time, thanks, folks. Bye. Bye.
Round 1. Fight!
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on. Come on, Kelly.